Good morning. It's day 84. Day 100 is coming up really fast. My goal is to be done before day 100. But we are making progress. We have a vanity, and this should be pretty quick to install. But tomorrow we're going to buy a tub because this wall's still open because I don't know the tub dimensions yet. So once I know the tub dimensions, I'll be able to know where I can install the tub faucet, close up this wall, and get this vanity installed. It's pretty cool. My wife picked it out, so I'm excited to see what you guys think once it's unveiled. Today, I am working on waterproofing. I got this thing that's so expensive you think it's made out of gold, but it's hydroban waterproofing. It's pretty cool because you don't really need to use a fabric for it. You can just put it directly on the walls and on the mud bed. I'm gonna do 2 coats, and then either tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna do my waterproof test, and then we'll be ready for tiling after that. The baseboards are coming along, pretty quickly. I still need to install the toilet, but this wall's ready for, that back wall's ready for texturing and painting. The floors, this will be done in an hour once all this is settled down. But outside of tiling, I say we're like 95% done with the other stuff outside of tiling. So I think there's a chance we might make it before or right around day 100. So we'll see what happens. Technically, you only have to waterproof 6 inches above the water source. But since we have the rain head that's so tall, I'm pretty much be going all the way up to the ceiling. So I think the plan is I'm gonna start with the walls first, and then start on that back corner on the floor and work my way out, doing the bench also. All right, the first wall is done. You can see it goes on like an olive kind of green color. I don't really need to go too crazy with this because these walls are supposed to be completely waterproof, but so this is just a little bit of extra protection. The floor is really where I'm gonna try to get it on like super, well. But that's the first wall, so I'm gonna do the other 2 walls and then the floors. I have 30 minutes, so I'll pick up the pace. So I'll see you soon. All right, I got the floor done with this product. This drain is supposed to be integrated with the waterproofing. It has a fabric that the waterproofing goes on top, so it's pretty cool. So I got these 2 walls done in the floor. Unfortunately, I'm out of time, so I'm gonna have to come back to this wall in a few hours. But like I mentioned before, these are supposed to be 100% waterproof, so it's really just a little extra precaution. The biggest thing is just the floor and the seams where the walls meet. That is the biggest thing. So I got most of that done, and I'm gonna have to come back tonight and do the second coat and finish this up. All right, I am back home from work. I did finish up this wall. Turn the light on. You can see what it looks like when it's dry. It's hard to tell the difference from the camera, but it definitely gets more dark when it dries, and it's like a lighter olive when it's wet. So I'm gonna wait 2 hours for this wall to dry, and then I'm gonna do the whole thing over again. Like I said, the biggest thing is gonna be the shower floor. That's gonna be the biggest part. The walls are supposed to be waterproof, so this is all just extra protection. So we'll wait 2 hours and come back and do a final coat over all of it. As for the tub parts, I think what I'm gonna do is just put some waterproofing on the seams and the screw holes over the thin set. I don't think I'm gonna cover all of it just because it's just probably a little bit overkill for this area, especially since the boards are waterproof, like I said a million times. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with that area. But that's probably not gonna be today. So for now, I think I'm gonna work on this wall, getting it textured and painted and ready for toilet installation. All right, working on this door trim while I'm waiting for the shower to dry. I got this last piece put on. I didn't have to rip it. They had 3-inch pieces instead of 4 that I used on this side, so it fit pretty nice. So I got this door all trimmed out and it's just ready for filling in holes and painting. So super nice. All right, I'm doing my second coat. It's been 2 hours. You kind of see the difference in color when it's wet versus dry. Just wanted to show you that. So get this done and watching the Spurs game at the same time. You're probably gonna see this like way after the NBA is done. So I read online that like the first coat you want to change the direction. So the first time I went up and down, and this time I'm going horizontal. I don't know what it does. I'm sure it's, just to make sure it's good coverage, but I'm sure it can't help also. Can't hurt also. All right, I got the second coat done. I actually kind of like this green. I'm actually really digging it. I'm like, man, should I just make my shower this green? But just finished the floors, so that's still drying. You can see this wall's drying pretty quick. That was the first thing I did. This one's pretty wet. Um, so that is it for that. It looks pretty good. So the shower will be officially ready for title. What a life. So that might be it for me for tonight. And it's pretty late at night. It's 9:30 right now. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. But it's gonna cure it. It only takes 2 hours to cure, but tomorrow I'll be able to do the water test, which if you don't know, is when you fill up the shower with water and you let it sit for I think for 24 hours, and that's gonna show if the water is leaking anywhere. So that's gonna be my big test tomorrow. So let's see. Hopefully I get an A plus. If not, I don't really want to think about that. So that's it for the night, I think. Tomorrow we are going to hopefully buy a tub, and that'll let me finish this wall and get my vanity put in, and then after that is tile. The toilet's ready to go in also. So we are making progress, folks.